it good? Okay. I'm opening up my software right now, so I suggest you guys all do the same. Excellent. Yes. Yeah, they do help. If you haven't, I know well, there's one person who has finished and emailed me their certificate. Please don't email me your certificate. I will be opening up a folder for you guys to submit online, and then let me see if it's. Okay. So I'm going to open up one right now, and it's under assignments, okay? It's called learning.bentley-microstationlinda.com. So if you can just submit your, let me just, edit. I'm going to make, when did I say it was due? I have to look online. Does anybody remember? I know it was like the 5th week. So if you have finished, you can submit it through there. I just don't want it giving you like a late mark. So give me a second. I just want to confirm the date. That's all. And I know I finished revamping the course theme. I just haven't uploaded, so I'll be doing that by next class. You'll have it up. Okay, so it will be February. Okay, so February 21st. I'll just do it for February 21st, which I think I have. Oh, February 20th. Okay, it's already up. Yeah, but I always give you guys to the end of the week to try to submit these kinds of things. So it's online. I don't know. Have you looked online at all? Like, have you actually gone through the course material? Because if you have, you will find that. So, course information. Sorry, course documents. Right here. Code, school code, right there. What do you That is your activity. That is the download student code. So once you have that, and you go, have you actually attempted to go to Bentley MicroStation and download with this code? And it's not working for you? So when you do you put in your email? Okay, when you put in your, I don't know how it is from the student perspective, but when you put in your email, okay, so when you guys go in here, right, and you click on apps, you'll get to this point. You have to sign up with your school email. Okay, so now if you sign in, can you sign in with me? If I sign in, I just, okay, and my password in here, if I sign in, I click on download software. Have you done that? Have you gone that far? Okay, so when you download software, when you get here, do you see all your options? You should be able to receive it, Arifin. I don't know if it's going to be okay later, but I mean, you should be able to receive it. It could also be in your junk email, so you should check that, okay? I'm okay with it if it's not with your school email. That will be fine as long as it has your name, yes. Yeah, so if you have an error through installation, that has nothing to do with your code. That has to do with the computer. Maybe the computer is not, it can't handle the program. Depends on also the error that you're getting. So what kind of error are you receiving, Harshal? And you can, so so when you actually go in here, so Deu, when you put in your activation code, did you put it in here or when you actually downloaded the software at that point? What do you want me to repeat? There has to be another the reason. It doesn't just say retry. There has to be something it says other than please retry. There's like a code or information or something it's written. So you have to read that out. And if you have trouble downloading, then you need to contact IT by emailing them, right? And then copying me on the email. So if you're still having trouble after you try it again, and make sure that you take a picture of the code. Have you tried using MicroStation through my apps? Daewoo, are you here? Okay, so when you downloaded yours, when did you put the activation code or that student code? On the website in here. Okay, so it comes up. So I would try maybe like doing another account. Um, like maybe I don't know if you can like have it forget your account or delete your account or um, yeah. So I would do that. If not, try it with your personal email as long as it asks you to put in that information, do so. And then yeah, go from there and try it again. And if you still have trouble, you might have to email. I could look at yours through Teams when we have a break at some point and see what's the message that you're getting. If you want, I don't have a problem with that. Okay. So how many people are still having trouble downloading the software? Okay, so okay, so from the people, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so yeah, I know. So 6 people here. So if with 6 people, Hassan, are you getting an error? Are you able to use my apps? So if you're able to use my apps, use it for now until you're able to download. Okay, don't just wait on it. So open up my apps, use it through my apps for now until we can figure out what's going on. Okay, for anybody who is unable to use my apps, how many of you it won't work through my apps or through a download? Both? Okay, Hassan, both, too. Okay, now have you guys tried virtual commons? Because if it's both for you guys, it might be your system can't handle it. But I would have to check with each one of you. I would either suggest one of two things. You can show me what it would be. We can talk through Teams later. Through when people are working, we can talk through Teams, and you can show me your screens, and I can tell you, okay, this is the issue. You'd have to talk to IT, or no, it's your system, or and we can go from there. Or you can just email IT right away. Make sure you copy me on it, so I can, if they take too long, I can always bug them. Those are the two options you have. Okay, or you can try it again using a different email, but. definitely, once you get here, you just say get software, and then you just download the correct one, which is this one. Okay, so try if you want. When we have time, I'm going to open up a session through Teams for our class. Really, Hassan? Oh my God. How did you, what did you do? Did you just use my apps? Or what did you do? Anyhow, okay. So while you're answering that, I'm going to start class. Okay, so did everybody try? Oh my God, that's hell. Okay, we'll take a look and see what's happening. I'll see yours afterwards. Okay. Okay. So let's get back to where we were. Okay. So did everybody do exercise 1? Everybody who could. Okay. And it was simple enough, right? So do you guys realize, so I'm going to just go to, where am I here? I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to just do the exercise myself, just to show something. Now, did you guys try placing a smart line or just regular line? So, smart line, okay. So do you guys see that when I'm drawing a line and I put in the distance, do you see how it locks and makes it orange? Okay. So you can also, you have different ways when you're actually creating a line, right? Here you see the information here. You can actually say that you want a line sharp. You can, you won't be able to give it a distance here, but if you use the regular line, you can actually give it a length. So it would set into an automatic line. So if I wanted it 1.8, for example, let's say you have a whole bunch of lines that are all going to be the same length. So I say, okay, I'm going to start here, and it automatically gives me a 1.8, and then again another 1.8. Just remembers the same amount. It just gives you that exact length. You don't have to erase it every time. You can just uncheck it, and then at that point you can change and make whatever length of line you want. So you can either just type it in. You don't have to actually click in here to type. You can just automatically type it in. Okay. So that's for, for this one. And it's pretty easy. Just got to remember to use your mouse click, the mouse clicking, which people kind of tend to forget sometimes because of AutoCAD. So the next one, did anybody try exercise 2? No? Are you guys going to be quiet? Exercise 2. Okay. So how many, so I'm going to give you guys time today to do some exercises. So exercise 2, exercise 3, we're going to talk about the stretch command. So exercise 2, you have your angles. So when you won't need the X and Y anymore, you're going to want to have the distance and angle, right? So for that, when you're in here creating a smart line, you can then just press the space bar and it will take you to where you can have a distance and an angle. So if I have a distance here for my second exercise, which is, I'll show it to you just quickly so you know which one I'm talking about. This one, I'm starting here and then I'm going 4.5 up, and then here I can start giving it an angle. Okay, so I'll show you that and then I'll let you guys continue. And if you have continued. If you finish this one, move on to the next one. Okay, try it out. So sometimes there we go. You'll notice that if this is kind of grayed out, you won't be able to put in the number. At that point, you can just click in here once and it will clear it. How many of you, sorry, by a show of hands, how many of you have actually finished the course online, belinda.com? Wow, amazing. Excellent, great. Okay, so when I'm here and I'm typing in the distance, if I click tab, it will make me jump to the angle and I can just type in my angle. 30 and then 30, okay? And then I can go tab back to that and then put in my 2.25. Okay, and then B, and so on and so forth. So I'll give you guys time to do this one. So today you guys are going to work on your exercises. Please do not leave. Okay, I will be checking in with everybody. I want you guys to open up Teams because I can then send messages in the Teams group, or I can kind of contact with everybody. So where I reset my relative angle, so how I did that is, so let me just do it again. So if I have here a line that goes up by 1.5, right? And then here by 2. And then I have 1.125 tab negative 30. Okay. And then here you see how it's kind of like offset. You just type in V and it will rotate. It will bring it back to the way it should be, Raymond. Okay. And then I would be able to type it. Haha. You're welcome. Okay. So you guys can continue. And remember, when it does that T shape, that little dash, that means it remembers the distance. So if it's the same distance, I just can give it an angle. Right? And then 1.125. Okay. Always go back to your original X and Y. Okay, so I'll give you guys time to complete this and move on even to the next exercise. Okay, I will check in with everybody. And then afterwards, we can talk about the project today. So don't leave, because at the end of the class, we will be discussing the project. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys time to work on it right now together. I'm going to be available if you do have a question about one of these. Now, remember, you're only doing the 2D. Don't come to me, ask me a question about a 3D. I will not answer it. Okay, we're only looking at the 2D drawings at this time. Okay. And then we can talk about the project. I just want to make sure you guys have enough practice using the stretch command for exercise 3, using all the angles, making sure you know all that. And then you have exercise 1, 2, 3, 3.1. What else? 6, or 6 is the same as 3, I think. You can do a little bit of exercise 7 and 8. So you have some that you can work on today. As I said, we're going to talk about the project at the end. That's the start of it. And that one, it's a big chunk of your marks. So you'll want to have the information on that. So, but does anybody have any questions for me right now about any commands or anything with the program software so far? Nothing? Not one question? Okay, Okay, so I'll give you guys time to work on it. As I said, there's going to be a lot of work periods, but we will have, like, you'll need to be here for any information. I also want to make sure that everybody kind of get online for your groups. Did everybody get in a group? I think we're missing one person. Is there anybody in this class who is not in a group? Is everybody with me here? Why is nobody answering? Come on, guys. Is everybody here in a group? Is there anyone that, because I still see 2 spots. We have 39 people in this class. We should really only have 1 spot. So there's one person, I can't seem to find that person, that does not have a group. I'll go through everybody again, make sure that I have everybody's name, I guess. And then we'll go from there. I hope I don't miss anybody. Because if you're not, you're missing a big chunk of your mark right there, right? And then is everybody assigned inside a group? So you guys all have your group members. There's group number 1, and group 2 is okay. Group 4, I think you also, like, some people didn't put their names in their groups. So here I should have everybody's name, right? So here I'm missing 1 person. Here I'm missing, no, here I'm not missing anybody. Here I'm missing 2 people. So make sure you guys are signing into your groups, okay? And that everything is inside the group here for your presentations, because I'm going to be checking, okay? And when I give you your marks, it will go through here. So if you're not signed in your group, you won't get your mark. So please make sure that you're in there with your group, okay? Any questions about this? Yeah, so if you're in, what group are you in, Hassan? Hello, Hassan? This, and I'm talking about this class. I'm only talking about the class that you're in right now. Okay, so for this class, what group number are you in? Let me see if I can find you. Okay, you're in group 2 here, right? Okay, so your name is already in the group. So right now, people that are not in a group or didn't sign up to those groups is Sanjeev. I'm gonna call you guys out now. Sanjeev is not signed in. Hassan Safwan is not signed in. Are you here, Hassan? Ifini, you're not signed into a group. And Shubham, you're not signed into a group. Okay, I'm not sure. Hassan Safwan, are you here? Maybe he's not. Maybe he is and just completely. Maybe he's sleeping. Anyway, and the rest of you, Ifani, are you signed into a group? Hello? Why are you not answering? Ifani. He's probably fixing his computer. Okay, well, the rest of you, please go ahead and continue with your exercises, and then we'll talk about the project. We're going to open it up and take a look and see what it's all about. So probably after break. So for now, just work on that. And if you have any questions about the exercises, or if you have any questions about a certain command or anything like that that you are trying, please let me know. I'm here for that, and we'll discuss more of other things as we go into the project. That's when I'm going to be going through it more. No, it doesn't really matter at this point, Ran. But remember, units are in here. So dimension style, you can change your units in here with meters, and just by unchecking or by creating a new style. So if you create a new style, you can make your own style and change that. So I can create my own style, say, millimeters, for example, right? And then I would create it making sure it's millimeters, and I can make my accuracy, I don't know, 1, and so you can make a whole bunch of changes. Geometry, you can make it for like your termination. It depends on how you want it, open close fields, right? And you can see that the little changes are created at the bottom here automatically, so you can see what they look like. Okay, so and then you can actually then save, and this will be saved for you to use. Okay. So yeah, so you can have different options, colors, that kind of stuff. You can create your own. So that's how it would be done. But again, we're going to go through even more steps as we continue on with the project. We'll go through even more information. But is this okay? Is this kind of okay? Any other questions? No? Okay, so you guys keep going. I'm going to be here, but I'm going to help anybody who needs help on Teams, okay, with their software. And I will be looking at the chat and making sure everybody's on that. And then remember, we are going to be looking at the project after in a little bit. Okay, so let's just get everybody kind of comfortable with the software, just kind of drawing out, and then we'll go from there. There's a lot more to learn, guys. Okay. So I'm going to mute myself here, but I am going to be available on Teams if you have a question about. So Arifin, okay, so you just put in the space bar. Press your space bar. Did it work? So when you're here, if you press your space bar, it takes you to X and Y. Go back, okay? Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screens just for people's privacy. But I am here, as I said, I'll share it right up if you need it. And I'm going to be. Okay, so Teams. Okay, so I'm going to open up a Teams meeting. Hassan Aziz, you needed help. Do you want to come in there on Teams, please, and I can see your screen? You guys all should be opening up Teams as you come into this class. In case, I can just click on your name and ask you to join. So please make sure you guys are logged into Teams as you come in. Okay, Hassan, come on in. I'm waiting over there for you. Mhm. Who's having issues with the software, guys? Harshal. space bar and you'll see this instead. Okay, you're welcome. Raymond. So offset would be here if you look under move parallel. So when you move something parallel, I can give it a distance, right? And I can say if I want it copied or just want to move the original. So you have that option automatically in here. Okay. Whoever you are, please mute yourself. Oh, that's not here. Never mind. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I thought I'm showing my screen. You guys are looking and everybody's happy. And no, I'm talking to myself. Okay. So let me show it again. Okay. So guys, here under, where you have your copy command, you'll also find move parallel. So if you click on move parallel, it looks like two squiggly lines right beside each other. Okay, that's the same thing as offset. And so you can give it a distance. So if I want it, I don't know, like by 0.5, for example, and then I want to either make a copy or I move the original. So if I select this, and I can go to whatever side I want, that's making copies. And if I don't want to make a copy, I just want to move this one, for example, I just click on it and I can just move it. Either way. Yeah, you're welcome. So just, yeah, you have to read this, really. You have to make sure you look at this. You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'll check with you guys in a few minutes again. I'll help the next person and then I'll come back and check on you guys. Okay, does anybody here have an Apple product? Like a MacBook that they're using right now with the software? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, does anybody else? Does anybody have a MacBook? I thought Hassan had a MacBook, but I'm not sure. No MacBook? Okay, do you guys have any questions for me? What exercise are you guys on? Somebody answer, please. 3.1? Thank you, Zero. Okay. Okay, I'll come back and check on you guys, too. Okay, Hassan, but do you have a MacBook, what I'm trying to ask you? No? Not replying again. Okay. on the other side too for questions. So if you want to ask a question and you just want it to be one-on-one, you can always come to the Teams, and I will help you there as well. Okay. Is everybody good? Everybody okay here? Can't hear very much. I don't know why. Text size, Michael? So dimension style, you don't really, you guys are not doing dimensions yet, but if you want to, so here you can look at the text, and this is where you would look at the size, the text style, and the font, the size, the width, that kind of stuff. So this is where you would go under. You're welcome. Any other questions? No, that's fine. But remember, there's a measure command, guys. So you don't have to do dimensions to do it. You can do the measure distance. And if you click on this measure distance, and you just click your two ends, it will give you the distance, so the actual size. You can also continue, and you can see here that it gives you what your new one is, but it also gives you the total. So the distance, the total distance. So you can actually check your perimeter here too. So that's a really easy one too, that you can, another way you can check. Yes, you can measure angles in here. So if you click on here and just hold it down, you can measure radius, angle. So if I want to measure my angle between here and here, it gives it to me 30 degrees. Yeah. Trim, of course. Okay. I can't really hear you guys. Hold on. I don't know why I hear the actual other group and not this one. So I'm gonna leave the other group for a minute. I'm just gonna put it over here for now. Okay. So I can't hear even when you're typing. So it seems like okay. How to trim. So the trim command is, I have it, all my manipulations down here. You guys could find it under, see, this is why I always put it there, because I always end up losing it. It's here under your modification commands. So it's the one with the arrow. That's the first one, which is modify elements. So I have them all down here. So when you're trimming, there's more than one way to trim. It's a little bit different than AutoCAD, okay? So let's say I have a line and I have another line here. Your trim command is this one. Okay, so trim to element. So what you do is you click on it. There's more than one way to trim, actually, before I even do that. And the cool thing about the trim command is that you don't actually need to be by the line to trim to it or to extend to it. Okay, and then I'm gonna make you another line over here. Okay, so when I go to my trim command, I want it to be up to this line. So first I select my line that I'm going to modify. Okay, then I'm going to select this one, then I'm going to select this. So you select the line you want to modify, then you select the line that you want to trim to. Okay, so as I said, the cool thing is that you don't need to be touching the line like you are on AutoCAD. So if I want to extend this line, okay, to here, I'm still in the trim, consider quote unquote trim command. I just click on it and then I click on the line I want to extend it to, so it'll same length, and it will automatically make it the same as this line. So it will end at this line. I can also trim this one to here. Now we want to make sure that we select the side that we don't want to trim, okay? Before we go ahead and do that. Otherwise, it's going to trim it the other way, okay? And you can always just undo and do it again. So if I had gone in here, selected my line on this side, and then here, it's going to trim this one, not the other one, okay? What if you want to cut apart between two lines? Okay, next one. Good option. So if I have two lines and I want to cut this portion out of it, there's a command here that says trim multiple. So what you do is you select it, you click on the first line, then you hold control and you click on your second line, take off your control button, and then you click in the middle and it will automatically cut in between. Okay? Also, you can trim more than one thing at the same time. So some things are longer, some things are short. If you want to go and make sure everything is at the same length, so at this line, all you need to do is click on this trim command, select all of them, and then click here, and it would automatically make them all extend to this one line. Okay. What else? You can also extend by a specific distance. So if I want to extend this line by, let's say, I don't know, 1, okay, or 1.25, let's say. I can just say, I select the end of it, and it will automatically extend it. I can also go in the negative direction. So if I put a negative there and select my line, it will, take away 1.25 every time I click on it. Okay. And then when I'm ready to accept it, I just click out and then right click. So that's for the, extend by a distance. There's also like a trim to intersection. So it's for them to meet. So like the fillet command, we talked about the trim to element. So really this works as both trim and extend. And then trim between lines. You have your insert vertex. These things are later on. We can do those. Yeah, so and then you can have your fillet, right? And yeah, so any other questions? So it's right here, number 7, is the toolbox. I just hold down. You can say open modify as a toolbox, and then I put mine at the bottom here. So these are all the trim commands. Okay. You have we can talk about the copy, move, scale commands if you guys want. Does anybody have any questions about any of these commands? Did you guys try the move parallel? Okay, it was pretty easy, right? The rest of it is normal, and you can see that when you use a command, it remembers the last commands you used up here, and it will leave it as for you to use it, and then you can always change it to copy or move or whatever you want. So if I want to draw a line that's already offset from a line, I have never had to do that. You wouldn't have to do that. Really, like you would make it a line. Like I've never had to do that. I can look into it, but really that's just making things complicated. But I can look into it for you. The only thing you can do is when you change your origin. So if I want to, let's say here, if I'm here and I want my line, I don't know, let's say at my origin, I want it to be moved at a specific spot. So I say, I hold it down, I hold both my left and right mouse at the same time, and then I can type in 1.5, for example, and then I click on O, and it will, okay, so you hold it down, 1.5, and then you make it that as your O. So, where is it? O. Okay, and it will move it to where it is, and then you can start drawing your line here. That's the only, okay? That's the only way you can do that I know of, but I can check into it more. So if you have a smart line and you want to explode it, you can ask as many questions as you need. You see where it says here drop element? That's where you would drop it. So if I had this and I select it, now you have to make sure that you select what you want to drop. So you want to drop the line strength. Okay, so when I click on it now, now you can see how it's dropped. Okay, so I'll do it again. Make sure that when you select drop element, you select line string or shape so that it drops the lines. So when I select it, then now it's each line is on its own. You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, so we have the copy command, which is our normal command. You can also place a fence on something. For example, let's say I want to place a fence on this section, and I just want to copy this. I can just make sure I place a fence, then say use fence, and I say anything inside. And when that is highlighted, I can just click in here, and it will only take whatever is inside and copy. You won't have to copy the entire thing. So that's another way of copying. You have different options. So it kind of gives you more options. But before you do that, you have to have, so if I had a whole bunch of lines, I don't know, circles, lines, and I just wanted to copy, let's say, just this portion, for example, just inside, place a fence around the area that I want to copy. So if I just want to copy, let's say, for example, here, I just want to copy really these. I can say inside, I can see whatever's lapping, I can clip it, I can, whatever I want to do. So if I want to clip it, I can just clip this part here. Why isn't it clipping? No, sorry. I'm not in copy. So I'm going to place a fence. And then when I click on copy, it can be so much fun. Oh my God. Okay, and then I go inside, I can clip it. So if I want to clip this, it will just clip this portion and copy that portion alone. You can also, when you make a move, when you say you want to move something, if you want to move something, come on. I can select whatever I want to move. So if I want to move, let's say this, I can move it. It should give you an option at some point to copy it as well when you move it. But anyways, this is how for you to move it. You can just, you copy the entire thing or copy whatever part you want or put it inside a fence. Scaling, you have the options with scaling, active scale, so a specific, 2 times or 3 times or whatever amount you want, or you can scale by 3 points. So if you have something you want to reference, like reference points, that's another method of scaling. Rotate, the rotate, you can have copies, so you can actually create a copy as you're rotating. That's another option you have with rotate. Mirror, you know how to mirror. You can either erase or not erase, make a copy or not, and you would select here what way you want to mirror it based on vertical, horizontal, or align. So you would have to make that selection before that. And you can make a copy or not. So if you don't have this checked, it won't make a copy. Which one? This one? You can't find that. So if you are here, extend line snap. What do you mean extend line snap? Sorry. Like the snap, these are the snaps here. So offsetting, you mean. Offset. So which is right here, move parallel. So I never had to use this extend line snap, but I'll look into it for you. Extend line snap. Maybe I have it as something else. Yeah, come share your screen. So explode command is the drop command. It's right here. I haven't gotten there. I was just finishing all the modifications. This command. So Erfin, come on Teams. Show me what you're talking about. I'm gonna. Of course, of course it does. When you need it to work, that's when it refuses to work. Mohammed, did you get the explode command? Yes. Then we have array. Again, you can array based on the rectangle, polar, or along the path. So you have these options for array. So you can align elements by edge. So if I have something that I want to align it to the left, for example, and it will move it so that they're all aligned based on the line. So if you have a whole bunch of elements and you want them to be aligned, this can do that for you. Okay, and you can align. So for example, if I wanted to align, let's say I had a whole bunch of lines. And then now I want to align them. And I want this as my base here to the left. So I can just move everything. It will move it so that they're all aligned at one specific spot. Okay, so that's align. Stretch, you guys know how to stretch. Same thing. You would use the same way. And move parallel. We already talked about. So those are the main ones, okay? So keep going. And then I'm going to take a about 5 minutes, we'll start talking about the Arfan, what's going on? Oh my God, really? No problem. No problem. Okay, any other questions about the software or about using the elements? So we've really kind of looked at all these ones. This is just, I don't use these a lot right now. Like number 4 is not very much. I don't use it very much at this point. I would kind of skip it for now. Um, Change element attributes. That's going to be important once you have like, you know, different levels. right? Then you can do that with colors and things like that, taking on the elements. So that one's good. And then, of course, we already talked about the drop element. This one, you can actually create a complex shape. So you can do it either manually or automatic. So if I say automatic, if I click 1, 2, it will automatically do it. And then I can just accept it. Water, 2. It should have automatically. Why is this? Okay, hold on. And then now, if I click on it, it's all one shape. MicroStation, I find it more flexible than AutoCAD. I find there's more things that you can do, and as you use it more, you will find that you will like it more. A lot of students end up finding that. And then another one, I love the way the easiness of the way you print. I love that it automatically does like the savings. I do enjoy more of the mouse based. Um, they're both really good, but they're both good in their own way. I can't really say this specific. I do like one of my absolute favorite things about MicroStation is the trim command and the extend command and all these. These for me, really, I love them. I find it so much easier than AutoCAD. Um, I just find that it's nicer, it's easier. And one big advantage right now, Arifin, is that a lot of companies use it, right? So that's a very big advantage over over AutoCAD for within the building stream. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop sharing for a second. I'll open up um, everything is frozen again. Oh my God. It's like the second time today. I know you guys can hear me, so just bear with me, please. My system decided it's going to cause me issues. I apologize for that. Okay, so under assignments, just going to I'm going to be opening it up in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and you guys are going to be creating a whole bunch of things based on the drawing set that you guys have. But this will kind of take us one by one. We'll start it in the next class, but I'm going to leave it for you to kind of for you to look at and kind of start, okay? Now, does anybody here have an issue with Word documents that I need to like PDF it or? Okay, just you're gonna have to wait now because I just want to get this done, Arifin, before, and then we can talk about it, okay? Just give me 1 sec, please. I have no idea what happened. Okay, let's hope this one. I'm trying to just upload that one for you. There we go. Okay, so if you guys refresh your Blackboard, please go under assignments. You're going to find project 1 opened up. Does everybody see it? Okay, so if you can click, the first thing you have is a 2D seed file. So that's going to be your project seed file. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. So I'm going to open it up. Okay, so you're going to download this file, and then you have your project. That's your kind of, you know, the steps that you're going to go through. So this is how you're going to go ahead and open up the file. It kind of gives you the details of what you need to do to open up the file, and then you kind of go through it 1, 2, 3. Okay. And so this is what we're going to be working on starting next class. So we're going to go through it together. We're going to start it together. We're going to save it. We're going to work on creating different things. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to have different sheets. Okay. And each sheet. So you in AutoCAD, like one thing in AutoCAD, you create everything in model space and then you kind of show it, you know, in one model space and then you show it on different layouts. This one, you can have different model spaces and different layouts within one document. So you'll kind of create those. So you're going to be creating, you're going to be producing the parapet wall here. Okay, and the geometry is provided for you. You're also going to be creating the girder, right? You're going to be drawing this out. And so you're going to be drawing these out in model space, quote unquote, in model layout. And then this is, you're going to have it in layout. You're going to reference it in, and I will show you how to do all this stuff. And then you're going to create, again, as I said, a girder. You're going to have your, this is plan view, and so you're going to be producing footings. Okay, we're going to be creating a reinforcement and this geometry for it. So we're going to be drawing those out as well. Everything here you're going to be creating, and then what happens is at the end, once we finish this project, this will take us all the way until mid-semester. And then after you submit this, I mark it, everything looks good, you'll have it, and then you start on your 3D. Your 3D essentially is taking all the stuff that you've drawn and making it into 3D. So you're not going to redraw, you're just going to take your stuff and extrude it to make it 3D. Okay, so this is project 1, and so when you guys are submitting it to me, you're going to submit me of course, the DGN file, but it will have like the model space and layout space, each one separately, and I'll show you how to create all these. Does anybody have any questions? Once you get into it, it will get easier. And you guys are a smart group, so I know you're probably not going to wait till next class and you're going to start on your own. That's fine, but I'm going to start it next class. We're going to work on it together, and we're going to get through all the questions. And you guys trying it is a great thing, right? That just means you have initiative. And if you go ahead and try it and you have questions, you can bring them to me next class. Okay? Okay. Does anybody have any concerns or questions at this point? How are you guys enjoying MicroStation as a whole so far? It's fun. It's different, right? So that's just because you're not used to it yet. Revit's better. You're just a Revit fan. That's all. Revit's different. Everything has its ups and downs. Believe me, I really do enjoy MicroStation though. Okay, yeah. So you're giving it you're giving it the benefit of the doubt until the end. Yeah. This has really nice graphics too, by the way. But this right now is you're just seeing like a lot. I use the MicroStation at Hatch. I don't know if I mentioned it. And when we used it there was something called Pro Steel and Pro Concrete. And honestly, it was amazing. The features through it were amazing. It was just like you selected a beam, it had all the details or all the columns. It would automatically connect them nicely, and it was perfect. And it used the right sizes. It would tell you if there was an issue with sizing too. So it was really, really nice. Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing is that you're gonna eventually, especially out when you go and work, you're gonna sometimes need to work on AutoCAD and then sometimes have to take AutoCAD. Like I could be working on AutoCAD on my other job and then all of a sudden I have to work on MicroStation or I have to take my stuff from AutoCAD and put it on MicroStation because then they want everything on MicroStation, but the person before started on AutoCAD. So you have to be able to be flexible and work with many different softwares. And this just kind of gets you ready, really. It really truly does. And at work, one of the things they kind of go, oh, when someone needs something with AutoCAD, go to Basant because she knows AutoCAD. Like everybody's so into MicroStation, they've forgotten about AutoCAD, so not too many people use AutoCAD. So it gets to be exciting that you have more than one, right? Because then I can go somewhere else, right? And then I know MicroStation and AutoCAD, and they all use, like my previous job had all used AutoCAD. I knew MicroStation, so they would ask you, oh, do you know this command or do you know how to do this? And yeah, so it becomes like people will need your assistance, even though you're the new person in or for whatever, they'll need your assistance because you have more experience with different softwares. So it's always a plus. Okay. You are welcome. Okay, guys. Well, if nothing else, have a great evening. I will see you on Wednesday, or most of you on Wednesday. And for this class, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have an amazing evening. Have a good rest of the week. And if you have any questions, please email me. Okay. Please, if you have not signed in I'm going to just sign you in. Never mind. I'm going to sign people in now at this point. Okay. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Have a good one.